What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So obviously you saw the title. So the first thing I want to dive into is what is the purpose of no contact. But before I do that, I have announcements. Everything that you're going to need to click on is going to be in the pinned comments down below. But I have the 6-figure course for making money online, and of course it's called the Better Man Project. That's what I'm working on as a self-improvement thing. And of course I have a free Discord for breakups. Okay, so you guys can join the breakups, but I'm telling you right now, when you guys join the free breakup Discord, read the rules. I've had already like 3 or 4 people join and they just dump all of their emotions into the chat. You guys have to read the rules. Okay, I don't care about helping you, but I'm not reading a wall of text this long that makes no sense and doesn't talk about anything. So you can join it there and I will help you guys. But anyway, whatever else I need. Oh, join the email list, and of course buy the book. Oh yeah, so here we go. So this is the book right here, okay? So that's the title, The Masculine Way. It's probably backwards for you guys. It's called The Masculine Way, Handling Breakups. That's what the cover looks like. And it will also be in the description box and the pinned comments down below for you guys to get. It talks this topic right here. It's all about breakups and handling breakups the right way, and helping you go through all that. So anyway, what is the purpose of no contact? So everyone seems to get this confused, especially guys who are new to going through a breakup and then they see some other content out there. For me, what I teach my students is the purpose of no contact is for you to let go. You went through a 2-year or 4-year, maybe even a 10-year relationship. So you guys have routines. You're going to be used to that routine. A part of your identity is this person. So no contact is helping you, say for example, what's the word I'm looking for? If you and her were together, right? So there's you. Actually, let's just draw 2 circles. Okay. That's before you guys started to date. And as you guys meet each other, you guys get closer to each other. And then eventually it kind of looks like this, right? And then you guys have your lives, and sometimes it's further in, and but they're a part of you, right? No contact is helping separate that again and go back to this. Okay. Now, funny enough, when you do no contact, this is the best way to get your ex back, right? Everyone assumes the purpose of doing no contact is actually to get an ex back. Like it's a tool, right? No, it's a way, it's now a way of being. You guys have to use no contact and you have to separate yourself to better and improve yourself. And then there is a chance, there's always a small window they will reach out, okay? And the reason I'm putting this here is because most guys have no idea what to do when their ex does reach out. They get that pit in their stomach and they freak out, okay? I've even had people in my coaching program, and then the ex reaches out and they're like, they still freak out even though I told them exactly what to do. There's nothing that you can do to really get rid of that part. There's usually a window where that person will rethink the idea of leaving you, okay? Because you're doing work on yourself, right? You're going to actually be a better choice than you were when they left you. And everyone wonders, how do I show her? You don't. That's not the point of this. The point is to work on yourself and put yourself as the focus, okay? Now, in this universe, we all have energy, okay? You have it, I have it. Your thoughts project energy out into the universe, the quantum field, they say. The second that you stop, this right here is exactly why they come back when you've moved on. You've stopped projecting your thoughts out to her. You've stopped missing her. You stopped caring. And then they come and start thinking about you again. They're like, hey, I haven't heard from that guy in a while. There's a chance they reach out to you. There's a chance they come around because, and here's the thing, I've even said to guys, they're like, oh man, I want her back right now. I'm like, why? And they're like, because I want to show her that I'm not this. And I'm like, why? So you need to prove yourself to this person. It's just they and see what happens is when somebody goes through a breakup, they realize that attraction has fallen, and then they start doing things to make it just plummet, right? And if you want, when you get here, and I've been here before too, guys. Okay, so when you're here and it's falling, and then they break up with you here, let's say, guys will again do things that just drive it down further and further. But if you let go early and you say, okay, you want to leave, go ahead. right? This can drive attraction back up because she's like, oh, you don't. And this isn't something she's going to consciously think, but it's going to be a reaction to how you are. You're acting like a man. You might have been doing some girly, feminine shit to get yourself dumped in the first place, but then you walk away with your head held high, with your hands in, you just go, okay, you know what, fuck it. You want to leave? Go ahead. There's the door. The most masculine thing for you to do as a man when you go through a breakup is to just walk. I know right now it doesn't feel like that because you're like, fuck, man, like, will she move on? Right? So this is where I'm going to go into the 5 points. No contact in 2023. These are the realities that you guys are going to deal with. First of all, dating apps, right? Dating apps make it more difficult for a woman to think about you because she has a plethora of nice guy, weak men hitting her up on dating apps. Okay? Just the way that it is. This leads to, monkey branching. If you're in a relationship for 5 years, now that women have a lot more options because they're getting hit up on dating apps, even though, guys, the dating app pool sucks. Okay, I'll tell you this right now. Everyone that's worried about, oh my gosh, she's going to get taken by this guy on a dating app and it's like, dude, like, people on dating apps are low, like, a lot of them are low quality. They're not looking for a relationship. They think they are, but they go there, they hook up. And I want you guys to think about this. So many people that are in relationships now, the ones that at least that I've experienced, and some of my students, of course, because I get them off of dating. So the first thing I do is I get them off dating apps. Meet women in person, in real life. Talk to people. This is the way shit was before social media. And it's the way that I think it's going to have to go back to, because we have so many people meeting on dating apps. They're doing dating on easy mode. You're going on an app and you're swiping and you're like, a woman can't feel your charisma, fellas. She can't see your body language and see how you are. All of the subconscious stuff that goes on when she's choosing if you're on an app. So now it's a competition of status. Who has the most status? And it's all just a bunch of crap. So you guys want to meet girls in person. All of the relationships that I've seen that are high quality have met kind of like referral, right? Like, oh, meet my friend over here. His name's Jake. And Jake meets a girl named, Tina. I don't know. Right? And then they're in a relationship. Guys, get off of dating apps for real. Like, I understand a lot of you guys that are watching this may be young and you've only known dating apps and that's how you started. And you've never, approached or met women in person. That is, of course, what I want you to take in my course. Right? And not even my course, it's course coaching. Like, you take the course, of course, and then I help you. But it's not really that difficult. You don't even need that. You guys just need to learn how to go up to people and start talking to them. So you start really slow. You start really small. You start with eye contact, making eye contact with people and starting there and then see if a girl smiles at you. If a girl smiles at you, she thinks you're attractive. She may smile at you because she, especially in a public place where she feels pretty safe, that's your chance to go and talk to her. But then guys are also worried about rejection, right? And there's this fear. So that's what the Discord is, designed to help you with, is dealing with your fear, dealing with all of your insecurities and working on that stuff. So this leads to monkey branching. So a lot of the times monkey branching will happen because a woman doesn't really want to break up with you and be alone for a while. This is it's not a new thing. It's happened for a long, long time. But I think because of the access that people have, they're choosing. I'm seeing monkey branching happening more. She monkey branched to a new guy, and it's what I've noticed is when a woman loses attraction, when this starts to happen, around here is when she'll start looking, and then this is when she dumps you. Okay? So she's looking for your replacement, she's lining it up. Why do they do this? Look, there's a whole bunch of theories out there, reasons, but what I chalk it up to is when attraction falls, love follows with it. And when love follows and all that stuff, she's just going to look for another partner, right? She doesn't want to let go of you until she has an option lined up. Personally speaking, I think it's a weak move because you're looking for extra security because you want that person lined up because you're not willing to be alone. Because here's the thing, when you're alone, that's when you face your problems the most. You're looking in the mirror, you're with your own thoughts. You have to be by yourself, but when you line somebody up, and here's the thing too, a lot of guys have to do this self-improvement stuff. A lot of girls, especially in their young years, don't feel like they have to do that. because they're getting hit up by so many guys. Imagine, and that's what causes self-improvement and growth to happen in the first place, is when you're faced with your pain and you're alone and you're like, why don't people like me? And you have to dive into yourself and figure it out. But when a lot of guys want you, it's that whole abundance mindset. When you have an abundant mindset, you're not sitting here going, oh my God, what am I lacking? Because you're having so much abundance hitting you. So that happens. That's kind of something that happens. I'd say it happens a lot more. I don't know the percentage, but I do see it happening more. So obviously this leads to attraction. I already kind of alluded to this a little bit, but when attraction falls, guys, this is the only thing that matters in a relationship and keeping it high. Right? Yeah, communication matters, trust matters, and those things matter. Keeping attraction really high is the best way you're ever to keep a woman around. And this actually leads to the next point, which is becoming a high value man. So this is where the design of my course coaching came from, because I noticed over the years that guys were losing their women because attraction was falling, because guys were either complacent or insecure, right? So I was like, okay, I need to focus on helping these guys become a high value man. So I ran a sort of a beta program, and I was just like, yo, like, how do we get these guys to, and so I got them focused on books, right? Focused on understanding what women want and how to, focusing on money, focusing on dressing better, focusing on all kinds of different shit, right? And just not focusing on her so much too. That's one of the main things too. A lot of guys, because they feel so much joy being with a woman, and when you're growing a business, there's a lot of struggle, especially in the beginning, right? So a lot of guys want to focus on what makes them happy already, instead of focusing on the things that they need to focus on. So there's a disciplinary aspect that needs to be created in you. And that's what this stuff is all about. So in Money School, which is my high ticket program, Money School teaches you how to create money, right? How to be valuable. And here's the thing, when a woman sees that other people look up to you and ask you for advice, and they want to see you as a mentor, they want to talk to you, other people want to literally give you money for your advice. This is how she's going to see you, right? She's going to look up to you, right? Women want to be with a guy who's respected, and men want to be respected by other men, women, and just everyone else, really. Us men want respect. So here's the thing, a lot of guys are running around doing a whole lot of nothing, and they're like, oh, and then they'll go watch red pill content and be like, oh, women are trash. It's like, bro, you haven't even tried. Now, it is true that it is harder for average guys to be seen that way, but there are women out there, guys. You guys can't sit here and watch that kind of content and think that that's the way that everything's going to be forever. It's just not. Look, at the end of the day, there are always going to be good women out there for you to find. There is. You just have to start working on this all the time. I don't go a single day without working on this. Okay? It's all I do. I'm either increasing income, focusing on meeting new people who are high value, and that's the golden ticket right there. If you meet other people that are high value, high net worth people, doors just open, because they're like, for example, I opened up investing into my companies and what I'm growing. And one of the people I met changed how I think about certain things. And then through that, I've taken high ticket sales courses, and I'm doing one right now, and that's teaching me how to connect with people better. Through that, I met a person that is like, yo, when you're ready to do this, I'll help you. And I can't really talk about it right now, but it's a whole other video, but he's going to help you do this part. And because I know him now, I have access to another person that I want to talk to. It is insane what happens when you start going down this road of being a high value man. And I know it sounds like a general topic when you say high value man. Like, what does that even fucking mean? What I think it means personally is, of course, trying to just always improve. The first year sucks, guys. And no, this is what people don't want to tell you. Doing this work sucks at first. You have very little, if you want to picture success, it's kind of like a feedback loop, right? So you're working, and then you're like, oh my God, here's the fruits of my labor. That might take a whole year for this to go around, where you finally see, okay, my blog finally is making money, or my YouTube channel is finally making money, and I'm selling coaching and courses and high ticket masterminds and stuff like that. It might take 2 years, 3 years. As you become more successful and you become a higher value man because you know people or you have a personal brand now, this takes a shorter amount of time for you to see success. Okay, you're connecting with your community, which is another reason why I actually want to have the free Discord, because I want to connect with you guys and ask you guys the questions and see what you're struggling with. Of course, I want to sell you guys the book, obviously, but I obviously want to get you guys moving and understanding what to do and being part of the community so that we can have more people out there doing what they're supposed to do. So many of you guys are lost on what you guys are supposed to do. A lot of you don't know how to deal with your emotions. It's a cycle, right? And that's why courses and coaching and mentoring, I'm seeing the same things happening over and over and over. I'm answering the same questions on calls. That's what led to letting go. So letting go, I'm like, okay, this is the main point that people need to understand, because it goes hand in hand with the no contact rule. But like I said earlier, what is no contact really about? Because people have it twisted. People think no contact is, I'm going to do this so that my ex calls me. No, that's not how you want to think about it at all. You want to disconnect from, remember what I showed you, this right here kind of looks like a pair of titties. So if you think about it that way, right? You want to disconnect from that and separate yourself. Separate yourself from the need to have her in your life and redevelop your identity for you again and what you care about. Not what she cares about, not what she thinks, what you think and what you care about, which is exactly why I created my program. Letting go is the main theme and understanding to becoming high value, understanding attraction, and understanding how women operate, right? And of course, the dating market's just like, I'm not out there dating, guys. I live vicariously through my students, right? I got a ring on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to take, little lessons, but again, human psychology is not much different than it was. Women right now are experiencing an insane amount of abundance. Dating apps are providing that abundance, but they're all going after the same guys, right? So getting off of apps, just talking to people in person, you're going to surprise yourself with who you meet, because girls are filtering by height all day long on dating apps. 6 feet. If some guy's 5 foot, do you think if you walk up to a girl and you're 5'11", you would have been screened out on the dating apps? But since you're 5'11", do you think she's even going to notice that? No, she's going to be like, oh, like, what's up, Unless she's that tall already. Like, say she's 5'11", she'll be like, oh, you're slightly tall, you know what I mean? But most girls aren't that tall. Most girls are like, what, between 5 foot nothing and fucking 5'6". They're filtering by height. So what you need to do is you need to go, I'm done with these apps, and go out and meet people in person. Where? Everywhere. Don't overcomplicate it. Like, when I'm meeting people in person, obviously I have people coming to me. That's what status does. If you have a really big Instagram or whatever, you're gonna have more opportunities for that kind of stuff. But guys, you just have to go out into the world and be comfortable in your skin and just understand attraction and understand women, so you don't say the stupid shit, and then just start talking to people. Eventually you're gonna meet somebody who digs you and you dig them, and you're like, this is cool, let's go. And you say, what are you doing later? High value women and getting off dating apps. So again, I just kind of alluded to this, but again, what I've noticed is more people are having better relationships that are not on dating apps. Yes, we all know a few people that have made it and had a successful relationship on a dating app. It happens. But the majority of the ones I know about and seen are not on dating apps. They didn't meet on dating apps. They met in person, friend of a friend, whatever. That's why when I talk about the 6 pillars, wherever I put it up somewhere here, social circle is a good one, a big one. So social circle is super important, because when you're out with your boys, friends, whatever, you guys can meet women. The more you interact with people, the better you're going to get at it. So in case anybody doesn't know what the 6 pillars are, if this is your first time seeing my video, it's health, wealth, skills, which is exactly why I created the course. So I created the course for this circle that I drew here. So wealth, skills, and mindset. So when you improve these things, your other pillars seem to improve a lot faster. So health, wealth, skills, mindset, social circle, and relationships. You see where relationships is? It's last. Okay. It should actually be a vertical thing where in terms of importance, because if you don't have health, you know what I mean? Like, it's a bad idea. But anyway. So no contact is always better than chasing. So here's the thing. A lot of guys are like, oh, no contact doesn't work. Well, it's like your only other option is chasing. Okay, so don't do that. So here's the thing. After coaching guys for the past 5 years, I've seen it work, but it works when you let it go. Letting go happens to be. It is the best thing you guys can do. Stop. Like, the relationship is as it was is not that anymore. And I know you guys want it to be. You guys will actually, this is how our brains work. If you want something to be a certain way, you will see the reasons why it should be that way. Kyle, we've spent 10 years together, 5 years together, 18 years together. So we should work it out. But then they completely ignore the reasons why that relationship failed. They'll ignore reasons. I've had guys message me about this whole make money online thing, and I'll say, okay, if you get started now, in a year from now, you're going to have a business that will be moving, and you'll be able to pay the fee that you have to pay every year to me. And you're going to have a working, thriving business in the next year to 2 years, 3 years. Wouldn't you say that's worth it? And they're like, and it would be a 6-figure business. And they're like, yeah, but then they'll come up with excuses as to why. They're like, oh, I need to have my girlfriend back first, or I need to do this first, or I need to do that first. I'm like, bro, your mindset is all fucked. And that's why I said we have to work on mindset. It's at the top of the pillars. Okay. Because when you increase your skills, that's what Money School has. It's all the skills that you guys are going to need to develop, plus coaching from me. When you have these things and you bundle them together and start improving and increasing, all the other areas of your life will fall together. You're going to get better at speaking to people, making money. When you make money, you don't have pressure on you. You're not so worried about everything, right? That's the idea. So it's all about letting go and focusing. Just laser Terminator-like focus on your own energy. So if this is your own energy, right? Instead of you projecting your energy, which is your thoughts, your texting, calls, whatever, to her, or for the ladies watching, him, right? You want to focus it. I'm going to redraw that because that was awful. Okay. You want to focus this back on you. Jim, again, 6 pillars. Okay. The 6 pillars, literally. Okay. That's what you guys need to focus on. So remember, let's zoom out so you guys can see everything. Remember, it's about, actually, let's talk about this real quick. This one too. So when we talk about the releasing flow chart, right? I know this is kind of a pixelated old. It's from the actual book. But apathy, grief, fear, lust, anger, and pride. This is where everybody that's in a breakup is chilling. Chilling. You guys are here. Wanting, that's desire, right? You want her back. You're angry at yourself for letting it get to where it was. You're fearful you're going to be alone. You're grieving the relationship. You're depressed. Stuff like that. But CAP, courage, acceptance, peace, and love is in there too, right? Look at all the emotions that accompany that. Relaxed, happy, clear. And that's the thing. When I get coaching calls, everyone is confused about what they should do about a girl, right? But when after we talk and after we understand that you need to improve yourself, see, improve yourself is such a general term. Level up, right? Let's say level up. Okay? Level up. Because let's say you are a 5 out of 10 and you want to get to an 8 out of 10. Just in not your looks, just in terms of general how you feel as a man. Do you feel like you're the best version of you? Whenever I talk to guys, they say, oh, you know what? I'm a 7 right now, or I'm a 4, or I'm a 5, 2, right? And then I tell them, look, if you guys focus really hard and just for the next year, you put your fucking face down and you start working really hard, because that's how long my program is, right? I know I've been talking about my program a lot, but that's just the idea. Next year, you might actually go from a 5 to an 8, right? It's because they think the next year of your life, look how fast, guys, COVID was 3 years ago when it first started, right? Look how fast life goes. It's insane. It goes so quick. And 1 year, even 5 years. I started this whole online journey when I was like 27, 28 years old. Now, oh my God, like my life is so different. And I want that for you, because the more of you that are running around the world, the better the planet is going to be. Okay. You guys can start teaching other people, starting your brands, working on yourselves, making money, right? Helping other people make money. It's skill up. There are businesses out there that need your help. I hope you guys know that. I couldn't take them on if I tried. Guys, start leveling up. Okay. Do the work, as Rich Cooper would say. That's one of my favorite sayings ever. Do the work. Okay. Because when you're at a 2 and you need to get to a 3, there's work you need to do. Stop avoiding it. I have a dude right now that's like, I'm not going to say his name, but I need to do this before I start doing that. I need to get this girl back and get my confidence back. Right? I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? And that's how warped some people's minds are, because they don't understand that they are here. I keep opening the eraser. They don't understand that. Well, they do understand it, but they don't know. They don't see how they get out of it. And to get out of that kind of mindset, guys, a 2 mindset or a 5 or 4 or 7 mindset requires you to start acting like a person that is a 8 mindset, a 9, a 9, a 10 mindset. These people think differently and act differently. You have to act like they do. It's the same energy source. Okay. They act like this. Okay. Especially courage. Courage is the next step. That's how you get out of all of these shitty emotions right here, is you go up to courage. Courage is where it starts. Okay. That's it for this video. Everything that you guys need to do to connect with me, and please get the book, just to help you with your breakup stuff. And my next book is coming out. That's going to be about chasing excellence. Okay. I want to help you. I really do. Talk to me. Join the free Discord. I'm there every day, right now especially. And I'm not there all the time, like in terms of like hours of the day. I'm working on improving my Discord and just improving my product. I'm there. You guys can start today. Do the work.